Good morning. It's your girl Aaminah Sai. And welcome to Epic Fridays, y'all. It's been a minute and I have so much to share with you all in regards to speaking the truth to this healing thing and life. So for those who do not know me, I am a Reiki master teacher as well as a conscious erotic touch practitioner and a newly certified cosmic sex instructor, which means basically I work with energy healing from the sensual perspective, where we manipulate the body and the senses to be able to accelerate self-healing. So now that we got that intro out the way, look, I want this to be a short video, and I want to talk about the two instincts in dating, right? And those two instincts, we know in life we talk about the fight or flight instincts, but in dating, there's really a to fuck it or flight instinct, and we're going to explore that together. You ready? Yeah. So your girl has finally got brave enough to start dating again, right? For y'all that don't believe a sister is super single, okay? Super single. She just have like a spirit of taking, I guess, and it just keeps certain people away from me. So never complaining. However, I remember sitting and creating this attraction oil and sat with it, for a little bit. And I started like working with it and using it. And I'm like, my intention is to go out. I want to attract a partner. I don't believe in finding, but I want to attract a partner. I want to be able to see him in my mind's eye. So I was doing the cosmic breathing. I feel him. I know that he's close, so there's no doubt. So now, life application, right? You have to be outside if you want people to see you. Yeah, so I had to go outside. Anyway, so let me tell you about the tenderoni story, okay? So I have a tenderoni story, and I think I'm going to break this video up in two parts because I want to really take you through the journey of how your intentions and how your work can help you attract and manifest the desires of your heart, right? And then I also want to go through how this work can bring lessons along the way on what you really want and exercising your nose. So let's talk about the attraction, right? So this oil that I have made is called River of Love. I've been sitting on it for like a month or so because I like to work my products out and I like to see how it does. And with it, I speak this love poem in it. Like I want what I want. For those who purchase it, you will get a copy of the poem. And I even tried online dating. So historically, online dating is not for me, okay? I'm very analytical on it. It just wasn't working. But one day, Spirit was just like, let's get back on Tenderoni. I'm like, yeah, Tinder. So, and then what I also did was change my age range or whatever, right? I was like, I'm being very like picky on the age. Let me try to like broaden the age range to a little bit younger and a little bit older. And on this night, I sat down and I'm doing my swipe left and swipe right. And I thought this cutie. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and just swipe right on it, right? Thought nothing of it. Put it in. A couple minutes later, I get to let it blink, the little blink on the phone, right? And little Tenderoni thought I was attracted to. Opening line. Anyone who knows me knows I like a good opening statement. I love words. I love people who use punctuation. I'm a super nerd at heart. So Tenderoni says, oh man, I said a quick prayer before I swipe right. Boom. Hooker, right? Hook as in, that's a good hook, not a hooker. So me, what was the request? And he was like, it was two-part. One, that you found me attractive, and then the other, that you'll be spontaneous and come out. I said, dang, this shit is like a movie. I'm into it. I said, well, first, that's very optimistic request that you have asked. Where would you go? Because now I'm interested. Like, what does this do? Lesson, ladies. In dating, allow the man, if you choose to be with a man, to show you what he can do. Boom. So that lesson's in the back of my head. So he talks about this improv comedy show. We look at the clock and I'm like, yo, that's in 14 minutes. We're not going to make it and stuff. I am enamored by like his use of complete statements and periods and stuff by now, right? And I really enjoy the conversation. That's intentionally what I want. I want a man who can have a good conversation, make me laugh, make me chuckle. We had agreed instead of going out on the same night, because that's not safe in online dating world, that we'll do a FaceTime video date. Lesson number 2 in dating online. Ladies, men can catfish too, okay? So if you can FaceTime do whatever, do that, please. So we do that, right? We set a time, and we meet. And he was so cute. He was so cute. Sacral was really acting up. Y'all know how Sacral be, right? So the ability to be able to have an adult and decent conversation with the cutie was like, hello, spirit, come through, And yeah, so we had planned to go on a date the next day because energetically I felt okay with it. All right. Lesson number 3, ladies, in dating online. Y'all gonna get some nuggets today. Listen attentively when anyone speaks to you. Okay. You find clues about an individual, find out all about them during the conversation. Use that to study for yourself and do your goddamn on research before you go out with anybody, okay? Your sis ain't that trusting. I know what felt good on the inside, but again, Sacral was talking. So, do your little research. So, I looked bro up. Information that he has stated, checked out. I feel a little comfortable, okay? Where are we going? So, he picks a museum. Anyone that knows me knows, appeal to my nerd side. I love museums. I love arts. I love music and things like that. I didn't tell him anything, but this is what he chose, right? A museum. We're going to go get a smoothie and we're going to walk and talk. So I was like, cool. All right, cool. So I'm geeked about the next day. I could barely sleep. So I'm like, all right, bet. Next day comes. I'm ready, right? I wash my hair. Hit them daggone roots with a little coloring because she looked aged. And I remember walking by my closet and I had just bought this bathing suit. And I was like, man, it's not raining. This would be a great time to go to the beach. 10 minutes later, I got an alert on my phone saying, hey, would you mind going to the beach today? What? I'm like, universe, now y'all playing with me. I'm like, yo, get out my head. Nah, I did share this. Get out my head. I was just thinking about the beach because it was no live, right? So I'm like, I ain't one to always go on the beach on the first date with somebody, whatever, but I told my boys they first date with a chick better be on some water so you can make sure her makeup come off and you see what their hair look like, okay? Don't judge me. This is how I train my sons. So I'm like, cool. So I had some things to do and we get ready. We choose the beach. It took a little minute. And there was a point in the conversation where he was a little overwhelmed because he's not from this area and he didn't really want to take the drive because we were just going to meet there. And here's another lesson, okay? Listen to the individual and about their hesitation or whatever. Just because it's something that you want to do, you allow a person to exercise their nose. So we're going to go into exercise and nose or whatever. But I don't like people doing things that they don't feel like they want to do, okay? If you don't want to take the drive, that's okay. Let's make other options and stuff. You don't have to do it. No, so he put the pressure on himself. He could feel it, but I just wanted to make sure he knew if you don't want to take that drive, it's okay. We can find something else to do. But he honored it because he said it. So, points, right? So we go to the beach. I bring my tent. We're setting up the tent. Okay, let's back up. Let's go through this beach. We went to my favorite beach, right? Which is a little over an hour or so a drive after I had met up with him. And this is like some backstory. When we got there, the beach was funky as shit, right? It smelled like toilet water. Toilet water. This video is about to get long, but I'm going to cut this shit. And we were going to make the best of it anyway. So we set up this tent. We were able to work cohesively together without an argument or whatever, to the point where this white lady was like, y'all were able to put that tent up real quick and I didn't hear a sound. Oh my gosh, tents are something that make people like have divorces and stuff. I am enamored, I'm admiring. And I'm like, yeah, right? We make a great team, correct? And she was like, yeah. So we put the tent up, put our belongings in there, and then we're like, we're going to get in this toilet water, aka this some water. And until we had some good conversations in that water, I got to really know him a little bit more. I like a man that is very open. And in my mind, it was just like check, 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 check. Things were just checking off, right? To fuck or to flight. I think I'm going to end it on this one. And we're going to talk about in the next video what really happened.